What up? Yeah. So it's interesting. Okay, so with these videos with the pictures and stuff, this is probably this is probably gonna be my second to last video of doing this type of video just because it takes too long of finding the pictures and then doing voiceovers over it and me having to use a mic for it. So anyways, today it's funny because I was actually supposed to make this video. I had all the pictures saved already around like 2 months ago. So, yeah, there's obviously been a lot of stuff that I had to do and prioritize over this, but now we're back. We're going to finish it up. So, this video is probably going to be called When You Got No Friends, right? Because it's true. At least for me, I don't have any friends. And also, in this moment in time, while filming this voiceover, I don't have any homies either. Okay. Cause yes, growing up, yeah, I had a lot of friends. But those relationships ended because those are all school friends and stuff, right? And you only relate to those people based on, for the most part in my case, we only relate it based on being at the same school, right? So once we start that relationship in school, it's going to end in school, right? And of course, obviously, some people they have friends from school and it becomes like super, super tight knit and y'all relate on other stuff outside of school. But for me, like, I was kind of not, I don't know, I was cool with having school friends. But then once they were gone, once I got into college, I was like, oh, like that's how it is. And there wasn't any hard feelings though. It was what it was. And I was chill with it. But once you're out of all of that stuff and you're just kind of on your own, you really don't have anybody to really talk to. And if you do, y'all, I'm not. It's most likely, for the most part, probably relating on like a super superficial level. And that's not my cup of tea right now. And just in general, if you're a person that's naturally sort of based on your chart, the type that isn't super friendly, right? You naturally don't, you naturally kind of like gravitate away towards people as well. So it's very fascinating. And there's always positives and negatives, right? The positive for me with not having any friends or just people around you is that you have an opportunity to think for yourself and to learn who you are beyond the people that you relate to. Obviously, the negative is that you don't have anybody to talk to, but I'd rather have no friends and have a clear slate and have a solid foundation with people than to have a lot of superficial friends, right? It's like that. It's not a saying, but it's what a lot of people say. They're like, remember, what is it? Quality is better than quantity, especially with friends, right? You want to keep your circle small, right? And that's a fact. Because really, there's only probably a handful of people that really, really mess with you on like a deep personal level. But I mean, you could also be a person that's like like a social butterfly, whatever that's called. But even then, I feel like those are superficial. Anyways, yeah. Once I was able to not have people around that I talked to, that started my quest for knowledge. If I don't like the word quest, but it's a weird word. But I started my sort of journey, and I don't like that either because it sounds cheesy, but I started my journey on self improvement, and then that led into learning about spirituality. Obviously, there were a lot of steps in between that, but we're not going to get into that right now. So, yeah. Yo, that whole time I was talking for this next clip and it didn't even record. Oh my gosh. Anyways, what did I say? This is annoying. Okay. So, yeah, based on what I remember saying last clip that didn't record, it's important to have a foundation. I mean, like, for me at least, right? Now that I have a clean slate, right? I have no friends, right? No homies right now. Now, my life, I don't want friends anymore. I deserve homies. Okay, and that's only going to happen if the foundation of that relationship is based on true spirituality, aka dough knowledge. And it's long term, right? We have similar interests, we have similar goals, and we're getting to that specific goal together. And in general, just connecting and, really vibing with that person. And it's hard because, at least for me, sometimes we want these relationships to happen, like these super special relationships that you not see in movies, but if you've experienced it. I mean, I don't think I've even experienced like true homies, or obviously a hubby not right now because it hasn't happened yet. But just genuine connection, man. Like that's what I feel like we all yearn for. I feel like a lot of times I'm kind of going off on a tangent real quick, but a lot of people yearn for those relationships, so they rush to like the closest person to them in like a metaphor way, if that's the way to say it. It's like they find the closest person to them to marry, and then that's it. But it's like, nah, y'all genuinely aren't compatible. But because you yearn for a marriage, you just pick the first person you see. And it's like, nah. Especially if you're a person that isn't spiritual, you're just gonna pick a random person basically. And if y'all vibe a little bit, y'all be like, F it, let's get married. But nah, bro, like y'all ain't shit. I'm scared. No, y'all are funny. But anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, just not forcing relationships. It's not forcing relationships to happen, but also putting in your part. It's doing your part as well though to attract your people, if that makes sense. It's like giving yourself more opportunities to meet these people. So yeah. But yes, it's hard though. At times. I mean, now I'm fine right now though. You get used to it, truthfully. If you're on your path and you're just doing your own thing, learning on your own, it's all good. But of course, at times you feel like, oh my gosh, I really, like, it's like, where are my homies at? You know what I'm saying? But just know it'll happen with time, for real. It cut off. But also being content with where you're at in your life right now. Like, I'm genuinely, for real, I'm content with where I'm at in my life, especially when it comes to relationships. Because I know when the time comes when I actually try and reach out to people, it will naturally happen. So it's about just being grateful right now with where you're at and being hopeful for the future. And so with this picture, I like it. Because, oh yeah. Hold up. Is this working? Okay, cool. It was recording. Okay, so this is actually the clip that I was talking about in the last clip, but again, it got deleted. But yeah, so with this picture, I really like it because it's still recording. I can't even tell. Okay, so yeah, the thing with relationships is that once you're older, you have the opportunity to choose, right? To choose who you want to who you want. Wait, how do I say this? It's choosing. I mean, okay. Once you're older, you have the opportunity to choose who is in your circle. Okay, I don't know why that was a lot for me to say, but you know me, Mercury and Pi. Anyways, yes, that's why we have a picture right here. It helps convey the message, obviously, because we need some help. So no, I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's about now that you're older in life, you have the opportunity to choose and to be with people that are on your same wavelength. And choosing people that, again, have similar interests as you, have similar goals, and genuinely you two connect. And it's just like a snap, right? Like a okay. So it just clicks, right? And again, that stuff I feel like is super rare, and so yeah, and so at this point it's choosing to be alone, which nobody wants, but it has to be the case, right? If you're going to be picky, it's not even being picky, it's having standards. But not having too high of standards. But having, again, standards as far as spirituality goes. And then y'all just be, you'll be great. So yeah, it's about, if you're in my situation, it's choosing to be alone, doing your part while you're alone to do that spiritual work, that internal work, and then letting time do its thing and not forcing it. Because in my situation, right, if I don't have friends right now, it's for a reason, because I still have to do my spiritual work, do that internal work, okay? So yeah. So to wrap this video up real quick, yeah, it's kind of already said it earlier, but it's being content with where you're at right now. Being content with being alone, doing your inner work, and like I said, knowing that you're going to be okay. Even though you may not have people around you that know you to the core based on your sort of like awakening. I don't even like that word, but you know what I mean. Just know that your people will come soon. How soon? I don't know. Again, with timing, we don't know specifically when things will happen, but just know that they will happen if you believe and you do your part as well, putting in that work as well to put yourself in a situation to meet these people. So yeah, peace out, y'all.